Nick Wilson from 92.3 The Fan. Relative to some things that the Browns might consider if they end up drafting Shedeur Sanders with that second overall pick.
Browns' biggest sin with Deshaun was they never really considered it wouldn't work out. I think you really have to consider what it could be like if it doesn't work out with Shedeur to like the nth degree. Because we said, well, the second best thing can happen is he comes here, stinks, and a year from now you draft another quarterback.
Right.
Yeah, but guys, specific to Shedeur, if he stinks here, it's going to hurt a hell of a lot more than if any other quarterback stinks here next year. Because you're going to hear about it from Dion every week.
Well, I don't care about that at that point.
I think you will.
I don't disagree with you're going to hear about it from Dion, but Andrew Berry can't worry about that. If you evaluate Shedeur Sanders to be the best quarterback and he's available and you think he can be your quarterback for the next 10 years and be above average, if he's a top 10 or a top 12 quarterback, if you evaluate him and think he can be that quarterback, you have to take Shedeur Sanders without question. Let's welcome in Ashley Bastock, cleveland.com. So Ashley, the thing was if you take Shedeur, worst case scenario, he's not great. You're going to hear from Dion. That cannot factor into the decision. And I know I'm a guy that said you got to make sure that he's not going to pull a Manning and make sure he's away. Once he's here, you don't worry about any of that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you can let that determine whether you are going to draft Shedeur Sanders and have that be your true deciding factor. And I look at him, I look at Cam Ward. I think what's important for the Browns is as they evaluate them, who do they think is their guy? And maybe there's a world where they look at this quarterback class and say, we just don't think that guy's there. In that instance, I think then you start looking at Travis Hunter. You start looking at Abdul Carter, right? Some of your other premier positions and address quarterback in another way, maybe free agency or via trade. But I think if there's someone you think has the potential to be a winning quarterback at the NFL level, you have to take a chance on that guy. Maybe it would be a guy they take later, but if you think Shedeur Sanders, there's certain things you like about his game, you certainly can't let the potential for Deion Sanders' involvement going forward to convince you not to take him. I think that would be kind of silly.